Hi everyone, Empress Justice here. If you'd like to check out my daily readings, you can check them out on Twitter. I haven't uploaded them to Facebook and Instagram yet, but I will do. Give me a chance, man. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. All right. But yeah, update on me. Nothing new. Nothing new. It's just same old shit. Like just at least one person trying to get a rise out of me to prove they're not scared. I mean, unless you want to fight, shut up. Unless you're an addict who can't function without fucking with other people, then I don't understand why you can't face that person face to face and hash it out and get it over with once and for all. I don't understand why you have to harass them for months on end to prove you're not scared. If you don't want to fight, shut the hell up or leave it alone. Do you know what I mean? There's no point harassing somebody for months. There's no point doing that. Even if it is gang stalking, like just nah. No, it just makes you look weak. But anyway, it just goes to show that even after everything that's happened, even after all the ways it has escalated, one way or another, this family are going to try to find a way to still try to fuck with me and to escalate the situation. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say they're not going to stop unless I stopped. Yeah. But other than that, it was only one person. It wasn't everybody else. It's fine. But it's, I don't know, it's annoying. It's annoying. So, but yeah, other than that, nothing really has happened. Things seem to be calming down over here. I still haven't been out. Truthfully, my period's been on, and unfortunately a lot of mishaps have happened, so I'm having to kind of navigate that, because you know, when I have my period, I don't have a normal period. I'm attacked in the womb just before my period starts. So when I start bleeding, even the heavy bleeding that comes with like fibroids and stuff, there's an unnaturalness to the bleeding, because you're being cut at the same time that you're going through your cramps. So there's an unnaturalness to the bleeding when you menstruate. For some women, it's not necessarily that they menstruate, it's a specific part of the body, that's attacked, like almost like an acupuncture sort of thing. So for example, somebody could be hit like at the back of the neck or something, and then they will hemorrhage in other parts of the body. A fine example is when I had a head injury in which I was hit right here and I started bleeding from here. So it's like you can get hit at one part of the body, and then you know, another part of the body will start to bleed. Do you understand what I mean? So I feel like it's a combination of that and my wound being attacked directly, which means when I start bleeding, especially for the first 3 days, it's not a normal heavy bleed. I know what the difference is between a normal heavy bleed and electronic weaponry. This is not a normal heavy bleed. This is like almost like an uncontrollable bleed for about 3 days. So I've had to navigate that. And on top of that, the week before you get your period, you are already hormonal, right? You're already hormonal. And then on top of that, you're attacked with psychotronic weapons. You're attacked with the acoustic weaponry. You're attacked with direct energy, all of which has an effect on your mood. The non-ionized radiation has an effect on your mood. So all of that affects your mood. And then on top of that, you've got people harassing you not even face to face, because, you know, they're too cowardly for that. But you've got people harassing you through a wall. So it's like at a time when you're most vulnerable, that's when the weapons are most likely to be used. And that's when they're most likely to be fired and, you know, and all that type of stuff. So that's what happens when you're at your most vulnerable period. No pun intended. When you're at your most vulnerable period of life, or when you're at your most vulnerable, when you're sick, when you're, you know, not even just when you're mentally sick, but when you're physically sick, that's when the electronic weaponry and the psychological harassment tends to be intensified. Because then if it happens and you react badly to it, then they can just turn around and blame your illness, or turn around and blame your period, or turn around and blame your hormonal issues. Even I've done that. Even I've turned around and said, oh, it's my period, or is that? No, I'm literally an unlawful experimentee into defense weaponry and pharmaceuticals. So if it had anything has to do with anything, the reason why I get so angry and the reason why I get is because of the gang stalking. It's because of the situation. Without that, I'd be very, very placid. Without the constant abuse that was prescribed to me, I would be a very, very placid person. Do you understand what I'm saying? I would be a very cool, very placid person if I didn't have all the abuse surrounding me. That's just the truth of the situation. Now, when it comes to how I respond to my anger, that's definitely down to me. It's not down to anybody else. If I get angry and I want to beat somebody's ass, then that's on me. That's my response to extreme anger being stoked up in me. That's my response to it. It's not anybody else's response to it. Sure. It's sure, yeah. I mean, when it comes to people who are unlawful experimentees, they're trying to get them sectioned, institutionalized to diminish their admissibility in court and to get full control of where they go, right? So I get that inciting violence, there is an element of inciting violence there and trying to incite, but at the end of the day, it's still down to me. It's still down to me how I respond to my anger, even though these people are definitely trying to incite violence, incite whatever they need to incite in order to keep their unlawful experimentees under control. But the truth of the matter is that the way that I respond to my anger is the way that I respond to my anger. It's not the way that other people choose to have me respond to my anger. If I want to fight somebody, then it's me that wants to fight somebody. Because not all people who get angry want to fight. Do you understand what I mean? Not all people who get angry want to fight. Not all people who get angry want to start cussing. Not all people who get angry want to try to get a rise out of people. Not all people who are angry respond or react in the same way. Like, we've seen this, right? So if I want to fight somebody, that's literally down to me. It's not down to anybody else, right? At the same time, it cannot be ignored that inciting violence through reactive abuse or inciting any type of behavior through reactive abuse is part and parcel of the experimentation, because they need you institutionalized in a bid to control where you go, what you do, even how much money you earn. They need to be able to control all of that shit. And then on top of that, if you are medicated, it affects your speech and coordination. It also affects your memory. So all of these things play a part. Do you understand what I mean? They need you institutionalized in order to affect your admissibility in court. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what they need all of this for. So I know that, as far as I'm concerned, my admissibility in court has already been affected because I've already been erroneously diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. So the way I see it, I ain't got shit to lose. I ain't got shit to lose. I'm not working. I do tarot readings, yeah, and I'm trying to make a business out of it. But where I stand right now, I ain't got shit to lose. I got hardly any money in my bank account. I got hardly any money in my account. What the fuck are they going to do? Fight over it? I ain't got shit to lose, bro. Not a goddamn thing to lose. Really think about it. I'm already a prisoner in my own home. I'm already being fucking ferried around in accordance with how much control the gang stalkers want. So what the fuck have I got to lose? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've got fuck all to lose. Because these people, they want control more than anything else. And all you got to do is fuck with their control. And it's remarkably easy to do. That's all you have to do is just fuck with their control. And they're helpless. And they're helpless. And the way that you do that is in speaking the truth, but you have to find your own way of dealing with them. You see, my way of dealing with them is to fight. But other people might have their own way of dealing with them. They might deal with people more indirectly, like through art or through music or through like just doing the right thing. Like other people might have an avenue through which they ultimately accomplish their goals, right? But mine has always been through fighting. It's always been through physical expression. It's always been through fighting. It's always been through being blunt. It's always been through turning lead into gold. It's always been through turning the most horrible situations to my advantage. So for me, I'm the type of person now where I ain't got a goddamn thing to lose. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. And I keep myself in that position. I keep myself in that position. So when they see me, they can't stop me. So I ain't got nothing to lose, mate. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm really, nothing to lose at all. Not a goddamn thing to lose. If my whole thing is having people engage in reactive abuse against me until they get me institutionalized, what are the chances that they're going to let me out on the street? I'm guessing very slim. You have to remember the government initiatives when it comes to homeless people. What's the likelihood of me being out on the street in this country? What's the especially listen, there are other factors going on. There are other factors going on as well. If I go down to the PIP office and I tell them about gang stalking, I'm completely honest. I am completely honest about my gang stalking. I say, this is what people are doing day to day. They themselves take it upon themselves to decide that I'm sick enough to need the PIP. But I told the truth. I say, this is what's going on. What's the likelihood is that they're going to refuse me? What's the likelihood of them refusing to give me my benefits? All I got to do is keep telling the truth because they need to have me look like a crazy person. That's all I got to fucking do. All I have to do is keep telling the truth. No one's going to refuse me benefits. No one's going to refuse me a place to live. No one's going to refuse me any of these things. I keep telling the truth because they need that control. If they have a TI out on the street, it doesn't matter for how long, that's money down the drain. Do you understand? They need constant surveillance. They need they need a community of people constantly stalking and harassing them. Cruelty alone is not going to do it. They need to see how certain weapons work. They need to see how certain, microchip technology works. They need to see how nanobot technology works. If we are unlawful experimentees, especially in Britain, there's certain shit that they're not gonna do. They're not gonna jeopardize themselves like that. They're not gonna throw money down the drain like that. They're not gonna throw money down the drain like that. And again, there are other factors in my life. There are other factors. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I ain't got shit to lose. Not a goddamn thing to lose by telling the truth, and everything to gain by telling the truth. You see, with other TIs, the tragedy with other TIs is that they can't do what I do. They have to be as normal as possible. They have to be as, as respectable as possible, as normal as possible in order to, get, a place to live or like a fully functioning job, or like they literally have to demonstrate that they're contributing members to society. But with me, I've always had to do the opposite in order to get what I really wanted. I don't have to be a functioning member of anything. If I'm the mad woman, There are a million and one things. I've got time to spare, my guy. I've got the kind of time that people work all their lives to buy because of these lies. So, nothing to lose. Which is why it's like, if you're really about that life, come down and fight. It's not a problem. But if you're not about that life, stop talking. I don't have anything to lose, but everybody else does. Even the perps do. The perps have shit to lose. I don't have nothing to lose. I'm a TI. I'm a crazy TI. I ain't got fuck all to lose. I spent so long trying to get people to take me seriously, and not realizing that me not being taken seriously is exactly what gives me my fucking advantage. You'd be amazed at what people reveal in front of you when they don't take you seriously, when they think you're weak, or when they think they can get away with it. You'd be surprised how people show their ass. This smells amazing. I made my own sort of massage oil, and I used that. But it smells gorgeous. But yeah, I ain't got fuck all to lose. And that's the truth. So, and the worse my situation gets, the more clout I seem to get, the more of an audience I seem to get, the more profile I seem to get, the more I struggle, the more I seem to get. Nothing to lose. But again, not all TIs are like me, and I get it. I get it. I get it. And just because you're not like me, and just because you don't do what I do, it doesn't mean that you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It doesn't mean that, and nothing like that. It just means we've got different ways of doing things. And if everybody did the same thing in the same way, we'd be progressing a lot slower than we are now. But anyway, I love you guys. Take care. I'm going to upload the, why I call it there. I'm going to upload the readings today. And yeah, get onto my channel. Get onto my Empress Justice Tarot channel, man. What's wrong with you? Anyway, you guys, take care of yourselves. I love you so much, my fellow TIs. Bye-bye.